Deputy Smith with Dallas County Sheriff's Department. The reason I'm pulling you over is because your license plate light is out. Do you have your driver's license?
Be sure to give him your CHL. Be sure to give him your CHL.
Okay guys, tip number one, if you have a passenger in the car or multiple passengers in the car, please tell them to be quiet and let you handle the police officer that pulled you over. You have the weapon in your vehicle? Yes?
I really like how the black guy's handling this so far. It's always good to say as little as you can around a cop. They're trained to lie and then trap you.
Correct.
Yeah. That's what I gave you. Where's the weapon at?
Wait.
Do me a favor and step out here with me.
I haven't committed any crimes, man.
I'm asking you to do that while you got a weapon on you.
There's absolutely no good reason to give a licensed weapon holder who just gave you both of his licenses in order to step out of the vehicle. Stepping out of the vehicle works in the cop's favor.
But you had the CHL, so he's authorized to carry, conceal. You don't have to raise your voice, but you don't have to raise your voice.
Because I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him.
Well, I already answered you, man. I haven't committed any crime.
I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle while you have a weapon on you.
I can take the weapon off of
for my safety and your safety.
I gave you that for your safety.
I understand why you gave me this. You're required by law to give me this. It's not for my safety.
Whatever,
I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle for my safety.
Here's the deal. This cop apparently doesn't like to encounter other people with firepower equal to his own unless it's another cop.
And then what? After I step out, then what?
You're going to stand back here until I'm finished.
Till you finish doing what? Checking my light?
Before I check your license, before I write my citation.
Well, just check the license.
I got a 2-year-old son back here.
Okay.
It's for his safety. I'm going to stay right here.
No, sir. You're going to step to the back of the vehicle.
I haven't done anything that requires me to step out of this car.
Okay.
You're going to check my license. That's all you need to do right now.
And you're going to step tight to the back while I do it.
Hey, can y'all get in the car and come up here too? We are at
So while this woman is talking on the phone, what's always a good idea when you're talking with power tripping cops who are fearing for their lives and safety like this guy is to put your hands on the steering wheel or somewhere where the cop can see him. Far too many cops have killed far too many people because they couldn't see the hands of the person they were victimizing.
All right, I wanted to stop it here real quick because I don't know if highimpactflix was noticing this or not, but the passenger is the one that's escalating this the most. And the note I put on the screen about her making that phone call, that's probably got a lot to do with what goes on in the rest of this video. She gets on the phone and very loudly lets the officer know that she's calling for backup. She tells people to hop in the car and come to their location. So while the things he's pointing out are pretty much okay, they're correct, like put your hands on the steering wheel, maybe, but his hands are in plain sight and the cop can see his hands, so that's not an issue here. The thing I think should be pointed out is what I've been saying in my little messages on the screen. Tell your passengers to just shut up. They shouldn't be adding to the issue. This man had the knowledge and the will to go out and get a concealed handgun license. He carries that handgun, and he did it all without his wife's permission or his wife's guidance. He's a man. He can handle it. This woman made this situation way worse. So that's my first bit of advice here is tell your passengers if they're driving, they can talk all they want. But when they're not driving, keep your mouths shut. It's clearly provoking the officer, and let's use some common sense here. There's a man in the car with a concealed carry license, and now she's calling for more people to come, giving the officer the automatic impression or fear that maybe there's more guns coming to the scene. So now he needs to call for more guns. And make no mistake, I'm not saying he should have that fear, but guess what? We all know cops will use any excuse to escalate a situation and have things go their way. So why give it to them? Plus, it's plain to see that this cop is a bit goofy or unsure of himself, and I certainly wouldn't want to be looking down the barrel of his gun. So if you're gonna challenge a cop, especially if you're gonna carry a gun and challenge a cop, you should be prepared to de-escalate. You should be prepared to read him, look at his body language, and realize that you do not want to instigate a situation where you're gonna have his gun pointed at you, or he's gonna use violence against you. And with that said, if you're gonna carry a gun and exercise your Second Amendment rights, you're taking part in a huge responsibility. So you better know the laws and know that if a cop asks you to get out of the car, you have to. Now let's watch the rest of this and I'll explain exactly why when it's done.
Now listen to how Deputy Smith calls this in on the radio. He said, "Be advised, I have someone here with a weapon who's refusing to get out of the vehicle." Now with just this redacted information, with no mention of a firearms license, what do you think is going to be going on in the minds of his fellow officers, and what state of mind do you think they'll have when they show up on the scene?
Tell him I got a CHL.
Say that. You gotta say he have a CHL. You do have to say that. Don't get out.
We'll wait for your backup, bro. Ain't nobody's gonna argue with you.
Obviously, this cop is not smart enough to know that he's unnecessarily escalated the situation with his radio call. But it's easy to disregard that when it's not your life that's on the line.
You definitely have to say that. Don't act like somebody just pulled a weapon. Here, call, hold on. Just let your window back now.
Pull me over is one thing, but stepping out and arresting me, I need to have a warrant or have committed a crime.
And this is true. When a cop pulls you over, he has to tell you why you're being stopped.
Yes. No, it's not.
But you do not have to step out of your car unless they suspect you of committing a crime.
No, it's not.
But you do not have to step out of your car unless they suspect you of committing a crime. Your car is your property, and you have the right to be secure in your property. They need reasonable, articulable suspicion that you've committed a crime or are committing a crime.
Well, I'm sorry to say it, guys, but highimpactflix is absolutely false here. And in a moment, I'm going to show you the landmark Supreme Court decision that was made that says that an officer can ask you to step out of the vehicle, you and all of your occupants. Not only will I show you the court case, but an explanation of it as well, so you can take screenshots of it. Laws like this are things that people should know no matter what. If you're getting behind a wheel or getting in a car at all, you have to know this. This affects everybody. An officer does not need reasonable suspicion to ask you to step out of the vehicle. And I can't tell you how many YouTube channels I've seen that post information contrary to this fact. Now, I want to make one thing clear to everybody. I am a fan of highimpactflix. I've been watching him for a long time. He actually is one of the people that inspired me to get started in all of this. But when a person has a platform as large as his, there comes a time when you need to realize that you're so large because people count on what you're saying and they believe in what you're saying too. If you're sharing an opinion and making it clear that it's an opinion, then that's one thing. But if you're going to state facts about laws and not make sure that they're true before you state them, that could cause people in the real world to make decisions based on your statements. I think that anybody who states facts of this nature that aren't common knowledge should be required to back them up with proof. I may only have 4,000 subscribers, but I knew he would never see or reply to this comment, so I decided to make this video and ask you guys to help me make it go viral enough where he sees it. Hopefully we can get him to mirror this video.
At this point, you better make damn sure this pathetic excuse for a human being can see your hands at all times.
What crime? Sit back. Q, sit back.
And it says what?
I don't care what it says. I'm asking
Can you sit back?
That's what I'm asking you to do.
So the cop already ran the license plate and he still wants his victim to get out of the car.
But did he commit a crime?
Yes, the crime is you don't have a license plate light. That's the crime.
This is nothing short of power tripping. That's truly ridiculous, guys. You've committed the crime of not having a properly illuminated license plate.
That's not a, it's a violation, it's not a crime.
It's a ticket.
Can you,
So what? It's a crime.
It's not even a misdemeanor.
let me see.
It is.
Let me see
You
the
want
phone.
to step out
Let me
and
see the
get
phone.
physical. And I'm not finna play that, man. My son back here.
Get out of the vehicle.
Hello? No, don't
Hey,
back.
you
Yes,
not the
hold on.
boss,
No, don't
man.
back up. Hold on. Stop. Let it down.
Get
Let
out
the
of the
window.
vehicle.
Hello?
Bro, please don't.
Wait, stop. Just stop. Yeah.
Out of the vehicle.
Hey. No. Wait.
Back up. Back up.
Whoa.
Back up.
Wait. Okay.
You better calm down.
Calm down.
You better calm down. Step out the vehicle. Come on, step out the vehicle.
Wait.
Put the phone down. It's fixing to break. Step out the vehicle. I'm asking you nicely.
Okay.
Step out of the vehicle.
Let me move my stuff.
Let's go. Come on. Step out the vehicle.
I am. Can you
Come
get
on.
your hands out? Let me move my I'll make sure you don't plant nothing in my truck.
Okay. You can do that right over there.
Like these people don't have any rights. This is disgusting, and these cops should not only lose their jobs, but be thrown in prison for this roadside criminal activity.
I don't think it's that serious, Mr. Impact. The driver should have just complied, which I'll teach you about in about 20 seconds. Pennsylvania versus Mims.
This is where the video ends. Leave your thoughts about this for the world, the Google Thought Police, and badged criminals who've got nothing better to do than terrorize families for faulty license plate lights in the comment section below.
Hey guys, screen record this part. This is all the facts on Pennsylvania versus Mims that explains why a police officer can request or demand that you and all of your passengers exit the vehicle during a motor vehicle stop. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification because I will be coming out with another video as a follow-up to this one to explain what your rights are once you're outside of the vehicle, whether or not you can be ID'd, searched, etc. Guys, I need you to know that I really appreciate the fact that you got me up to 4,000 subscribers at this point. It's only been about 2.5 weeks. I'm totally humbled by it. With that said, I need to apologize because I have not been delivering on the amount of videos I intended to put out, nor have I been meeting my own deadlines. Because of the tremendous amount of information I try to pack into each video, these videos take far longer than I thought they would. But I know you guys are counting on me and I won't let you down, I promise.
Yes. No, it's not. Yes. No, it's not.